Are we together? Number one, for you to be free from lust and immorality, the first thing that must happen to you is that you must admit it. Psalms 51 and verse 17. Brokenness is a necessary requirement if you are going to experience the salvation of God on this wise. It says the sacrifices of God. I hope you know Psalms 51 was the psalm of David when prophet Nathan came to him and to tell him what had happened to him. He was broken, repented, crying with sackcloth and ashes, and this was part of his contemplations. It says the sacrifices of God are a broken spirit, a broken and a contrite heart, O God, thou will not despise. Admit it. You must come to that point where you admit it. Listen, let me tell you the truth. By the privilege of God's grace, I can tell you, I have cried with and prayed with many people, and do you know there are many people you see who are victims of sexual immorality, and on further examining they have very sincere hearts. Some of them grew up from families where the first place they had that was wrong was even in church, because it was a common practice. There are cultures that promote it as part of the cultural activities. Is that true? So it is very difficult. That's why in dealing with people, you must never throw away the place of compassion and mercy. You must set aside time for a retreat as soon as possible. Set aside time for a retreat. A retreat gives you the platform to pray, to study scripture, to fast, and to be broken and repentant before God your maker. Can I tell you this? I think it was, I can't remember the man of God now I was listening to years ago, and he said any weakness unaddressed will eventually bring you down. It is not the weakness, it is leaving it and assuming there is no problem. Is someone learning now? You must set aside time for a retreat. A retreat is a time alone with God. Can I tell you, when you are dealing with something this cancerous, nothing should be too important. You can't say I am too busy, because this sustains the potential. I'm going to tell you, do you know the assignment of sexual immorality? I will tell you. The assignment of sexual immorality is not the sex that destroys you. There is something it does to you spiritually. When the devil wants to attack you, there is a threshold level of spiritual fire that if you possess, it cannot allow for a demonic attack. And so the way that it happens is to introduce this to your life, and it begins to bring you down to a level spiritually where an attack upon your life, any dimension, becomes possible. Are we together?